Hello everyone, I am Dr. Neetu Jain of Department of Commerce from the Bhopal School of Social Sciences. Today we will discuss the basic concepts of departmental accounting, under which we will cover meaning, objectives, importance, and will also learn how to prepare accounts in departmental accounting. So starting with basic concepts of departmental accounting. As you know, nowadays business is carried out on a large scale. Business unit is selling different types of products or performing various activities under the same roof, which gets split into a number of departments. Take an example of a mall or departmental store where you will find various segments or sections which sell different type of products under the same roof. This is called departments. So to carry on business efficiently or to have effective control over the departments, it is essential to know the performance of the departments individually. So for this purpose, we are preparing individual accounts for these departments. This is called departmental accounting. Departmental accounting is a method of accounting which is designed to ascertain the trading and operating results of the department. So why do we prepare departmental accounting? The first objective is to know profit or loss of each department. Then the performance of individual department can be compared with the other departments with the help of this departmental accounting. To formulate suitable policy, to establishment of effective coordination among the departments, to encourage the employees and managers by evaluating the performance of their department. Consider an example of an organization having number of departments, where one department is running under a loss which get compensated with the profit of other departments, which would not be satisfactory. So departmental accounting is important due to the following reasons. Number one, to ascertain, to know the profit or loss of each department. As I have discussed that separate accounts are prepared for each department, it means we come to know the individual results of the department. So this will facilitate us to make a comparative study among the departments. It also supplies the necessary information for decision making for the management, whether a particular department is to be shut down or to be expanded or to be improvised. So this is based on the performance of the department, which is possible with the help of departmental accounting. It also helps in formulating the policy, and it also encourages the employees of the successful department as the individual department's results are out. This also helps in developing a competitive spirit among the employees of other departments, which would help in increasing the net profit of the organization ultimately. So overall, it improves the efficiency of the organization. Now we'll see how to prepare accounts under departmental accounting. So there are two ways of keeping departmental account. One is a separate set of books of each department. Second is accounting in columnar books form. In the first method, where we are maintaining separate set of books for each department is considered as a separate unit and the accounts are kept independently. At the end of the year, their trading results are consolidated to get the result of the organization as a whole. This method is expensive, so it is suitable for the organization which is of large in size and where it is mandatory as per law. For example, in case of general insurance company, it is essential to prepare revenue account for each type of insurance like marine insurance, fire insurance, accidental insurance, etc. Second method is columnar basis method. We are also calling it as analytical method. This method is suitable for the small organization where the entire bookkeeping system is kept by the central accounts department of the organization. Department does not maintain a full double entry system for its own. Only purchase day book, sales day book, or direct expenses are recorded in these departments. For this purpose, the Central Accounts Department generally maintain an columnar purchase day book and sales day book to distinguish between the purchase and sales of different departments. It is necessary to prepare departmental trading and profit and loss account and preparation of subsidiary books in different columns for the different departments. Now, with the help of these books, we will prepare trial balance, which will help in preparing the departmental final accounts. The first is departmental trading and profit and loss account. It discloses the gross profit and net profit of each department. And the second is general profit and loss account, which disclose the net profit of the organization. Then the third is balance sheet, which shows the financial position of the organization. It means the assets and liabilities which are held by the organization at a particular date. Now the question arises, in case of direct expenses, we are charging it to a particular department where it is concerned. But in case of indirect expenses, which is incurred as a whole for the organization, how will we allocate these expenses among the departments? So, there must be a certain rational basis to distribute these expenses. For this purpose, we will see how to allocate the expenses. The first one is selling and distribution expenses like advertisement, bad debts, discount allowed, salesman commission, salesman salary. So, the basis of allocation for these expenses will be sales of each department. Lighting, power, electricity and charges. So, this will be allocated on the basis of number of points if separate meter is not maintained. But if number of points are not given, in that case we will allocate these expenses on the basis of area occupied by each department. Then expenses related to the office building like rent, rates, insurance or any other expense. This will be based on the area occupied by each department. Now, insurance of the subject matter. For example, goods insurance. Goods insurance will be allocated on the basis of average stock of each department held. Then workmen compensation insurance. This will be based on number of employees. And employee welfare expenses. These are related to the number of employees. It means these expenses are allocated by number of employees in each department. Then expenses on purchases like carriage inward, commission on purchases or any other expense on purchase. This will be allocated on the basis of purchases. Discount received at the time of purchase is considered as income and this would also be allocated on the basis of purchase. So, this is the summary of expenses and their basis of allocation. See, the first is selling and distribution expenses where advertisement, salesman commission, salesman salary, carriage outward, discount allowed, bad debts are given to you and this will be based on the sales of individual department. Then second is lighting, heating and electricity. It will be based on number of points or area occupied by each department. Then repairs of machinery, if it is incurred as a whole, then this will be allocated on the basis of value of machinery held by each department. Then any expenses incurred on building like rent, rates, taxes, insurance, repairs of building, this will be based on the area occupied by each department. Insurance of the subject matter like goods, it will be based on average stock held by each department. Labor welfare expenses or employee welfare expenses, it is based on number of employees. Then expenses related to purchases, that is discount received, commission on purchase or any other expense on purchase. This is to be allocated on the basis of purchase of each department. Now, the last is depreciation on asset. this will be allocated on the value of asset held by each department, right. So, these are certain basis of allocation, but still there are some expenses which do not have any certain basis. So, these are called unallocated expenses like debenture interest, general manager's salary, auditor's fees, legal expenses, transfer to reserve. These expenses are charged to general P&L account, right. See, this is the specimen of departmental trading and profit and loss account. As you are seeing here, this is nothing but the trading and profit and loss account. Only the difference is the number of columns. These columns are for the departments. If there are 3 departments, in that case, there will be 3 amount columns in the debit side and 3 amount columns in the credit side, as you are seeing here. The rest will remain same. That means item which are appearing in trading account will appear as same. In the same manner, all indirect expenses will appear in profit and loss account, but the difference is it is departmental trading and profit and loss account, which is presented in the form of columns. This could be better understand with the help of example. In an organization, there are 3 departments A, B and C. Now, it is required that you have to allocate the expenses on some reasonable basis. So, the first expense here is advertisement. We know that advertisement is selling expense, so it should be apportioned to the departments in the ratio of sales. And here the sales ratio is 3:2:1. It means 3/6 to A department, 2/6 of advertisement to B department and 1/6 of advertisement to C department. It means, see, 2400 into 3/6. So, that will be 1200. 2400 into 2/6, that will be 800. So, this will be allocated to B department. In the same manner, 2400 into 1/6, that is 400, it is to be allocated to C department. Then salary. Salary is to be allocated on the basis of number of employees if it is given in the question. Here, employee ratio is 4:3:1. It means 4/8 to A department, 3/8 to B department and 1/8 to C department. So, 4000 is our total amount of salary. It will be allocated on the basis of 4:3:1, 4/8, 3/8 and 1/8. Then bad debts. See, bad debts is our selling expense. So, selling expenses are to be allocated on the basis of sales, that is 3/6, 2/6 and 1/6. So, the total amount is how much? 1800. So, this 1800 will be allocated as 1800 into 3/6, 1800 into 2/6 and 1800 into 1/6. Now, the next is rent. Rent is to be allocated on the basis of area occupied, and see, space occupied is how much? It is 1:1:1. It means it is equally occupied by each department. So, we will distribute this 900 to A, B and C department in equal ratio, that is 1:1:1. 900 into 1/3, 300, 300 to each department. So, this is how we will allocate the expenses. There is one more expense, that is transfer to reserve. This is unallocated expenses. Now, this unallocated expenses is to be charged to general P&L account. So, this transfer to reserve will appear in general P&L account. I hope this is clear to you. Now, we will see a complete question, that is based on departmental trading and profit and loss account. See, in this question, there are 3 separate departments, A, B and C. From the following particulars, you have to prepare departmental trading and profit and loss account. See, in the first section, all the expenses are of direct nature. So, and these are appearing in the individual department. So, in departmental trading and a trading account will record all these expenses individually. See, opening stock, opening stock for A department it is 17,800, for B department it is 5,600, and for C department it is 1,250. So, we will write it individually. See, 17,800, 5,600 and 1,250 for C department. So, this is our total column. This is the performance of the organization. These are the individual performance of the department, and this shows the expenses of the organization as a whole. Now, purchases, it will appear in debit side, sales will appear in the credit side, closing stock, this will appear in the credit side. By this, we will come to know the gross profit of the organization. Here we do not have any problem, just we are allocating the expenses where it is incurred. Now, the question arises when we are charging indirect expenses to P&L account. The first one, as you are seeing here, see management salary. This is incurred as a whole 12,000. So, how will we allocate these salary among the department? So, the appropriate basis of allocation will be the number of employees if it is provided. See, in this question, you find number of employees ratio is 2:1:1. It means of the total employees, 2/4 is related to A department, 1/4 are from B department and 1/4 are from C department. So, salary will be allocated on the basis of number of employees, that is 2:1:1. So, 24,000 into 2 by 4, no 12,000 into 2 by 4, 12,000 into 1 by 4 and 12,000 into 1 by 4, that is 3,000. Then the next expense is rent and taxes, and we know what is the basis of allocation. This is on the basis of area occupied. Area occupied is 3:2:2. It means 3/7 to A department, 2/7 to B department, and C department again it is 2/7. So, total expenses is how much? 14,000 into 3 by 7, that will be 6,000, 4,000 and 4,000. Now, the next is insurance of plant. Since it is related to plant, so we will see whether the value of plant is given according to department. Yes, it is 3:1:1. So, insurance will be distributed on the basis of 3:1:1. Then next is carriage outward. We know that this expense is selling expense. So, it will be allocated on the basis of sales. See, here sales is given to you 1,40,000, 84,000 and 56,000. It means the ratio is 5:3:2. So, our sales ratio is 5:3:2. Now, carriage outward will be allocated to the department in the ratio of 5/10, 3/10 and 2/10, as you are seeing here. 8,000 into 5/10 it is 4,000, 8,000 into 3/10 it is 4,000, 8,000 into 2/10 it is 1,600, right. Now, the next is postage and telegrams. Postage and telegrams is, since there is no further basis of allocation, so we will distribute it on the basis of sales, and that is 5:3:2. 5/10 of 1,100 to A, 5/10, 3/10 to B and 2/10 to C department. After this, advertisement, that is 4,500. This is again selling expense. Selling expense, it means it should be allocated on the basis of 5:3:2. So, 4,500 into 5 by 10, 3 by 10 and 2 by 10. Then stationery. Again there is no basis of allocation, so we will distribute on the basis of sales. Now depreciation on furniture. This is 7,000. So we will find whether there is any value of furniture given in the question according to department. Yes, it is 2:1:1. See, it means 2 by 4 to A department, 1 by 4 to B department and 1 by 4 to C department. After this, see sundry expenses. Sundry expenses will be apportioned on the basis of sales, that is 5:3:2. So 5,000 into 5 by 10, 3 by 10 and 2 by 10. After this, see there is one more expense, that is legal expenses, and we know that this is unallocated expenses, so we will charge it to general profit and loss account. So after preparing this trading and profit and loss account, we come to know the profits of department, that is 46,850 for A department, 39,420 for B department and 23,030 for C department. And for organization as a whole, the net profit is 1,09,300. So the information provided to us as departmentally as well as for the organization as a whole. Now we will take 1,09,300 as the profit of the organization here in general profit and loss account, and will charge legal expenses to this. We do not have any columns here, right? We will make only one amount column here, and then we come to know net profit of the organization, that is 1,07,300. I hope this is clear to you. So this is how we will prepare departmental trading and profit and loss account and general profit and loss account. Thank you.